Recalling a car is an expensive process for a car maker and a complex exercise in logistics. However, some industry commentators suggest a recall can actually have a marketing benefit for the company and may not be entirely about fixing defects. As Consumer Rights Protection Day approaches, Li Zhangmiao looks at the motivations for a model recall and the complexity of conducting it.
In just 10 days from late February, 6 car makers in China, including Mercedes-Benz, Toyota and Porsche, record a total of 30,000 sedans. Most recently, Shanghai GM recorded more than 1,200 Buick Excel sedans because of brake problems.
We contacted faulty Buick Excel owners and arranged free spare parts replacement. Actually, many consumers understand our motives in being responsible.
Recalls are expensive and especially threatening to OEM producers on small margins. Internationally, a defect can typically cost 10 to 30,000 yuan per car. However, one industry expert is questioning if the recent recalls in China were absolutely necessary.
So far, all these recalls are related to minor defects. None of them are major defects. And right now, because March 15 is actually the consumers' rights, that's the day. I think this is a good time actually to show gestures for two sides, the consumers. You get all this publicity, promotions, and all the awareness of your brands, and this is also a kind of gesture towards all this regulatory department, to the Consumer Affairs Committee, everybody, that I'm actually in compliance.
Chen has consulted to the global automakers for nearly 2 decades. He's noticed automakers are now more willing to recall their cars, rather than not responding, and facing bigger problems later.
In the U.S. case, Ford Explorer, there was also, how much they pay to fix the problem, $13.5 billion US. And they also to recall and fix the entire tire defect issues, they pay roughly about $3.5 billion. And this is a lot of money. I mean, a lot of small OEM companies could just go bankrupt.
China regulated auto recalls in October 2004. Since then, 25 domestic and international automakers have recalled 370,000 cars. And with consumers more aware of the significance of a recall, it doesn't need to be negative for sales. Yongda's GM retail showrooms didn't see any adverse impact due to the recent recall. On the contrary, its sales boomed. All the cars shown at the exhibition hall have been sold, and demand for the Excel series has surprisingly exceeded supply.
Our recent survey shows that after the recall, consumer confidence in our cars and services grew. We hope to attract more long-term consumers through our aftermarket services.
Conducting a recall generates a lot of publicity. However, as a form of advertising, it's not efficient. Experts say setting up a recall is far more expensive than advertising.
You have to build a warranties related to warranty system. You have to build up the process. You have to build up what they call normally early warning system. You have to network with all these third-party, government regulatory bodies and also the rating body, because it is all integrated effort. Overseas, in developed countries, in America, JP Power, their rating of your vehicles, and people really buy this kind of rating and then really decide.
Chen says Chinese recall regulations should address environmental criteria, such as emission controls, as an integral component along with safety. China is still at an early stage of such development, while the developed countries like the US have had laws governing auto recalls since the 1960s. Li Zhangmiao for BizWatch.